Hello, children. Welcome to day one, video one of our new math curriculum. We are getting into some translations today. Yesterday, we were talking a little bit about some transformations. Today, we are talking about translation. When we talk about translation, let's talk about what a translation is. A translation is a movement of a figure on a straight line. So a translation means I'm moving my figure on a straight line. So when I translate something, it's like I'm sliding it. Another way you can think about this is a slide. So if I have a shape here, and then I want to slide it to the side, pretend I slid it on a straight line, that would be a translation. Sliding something on a straight line. And when we talk about translations, a couple words come into play. So an image is the shape that is the result of the translation. So after I move something, my new placement, we call that the image. And we say the pre-image is the original figure. So the pre-image is starting. The image is where it ends up, where it finished moving. Once I've finished sliding it all the places it needs to go, that would be my image. So pre-image and image. Now, think about this like the game of chess. Have you ever played the game of chess before? It's not quite yet, but pretend this is a chessboard, and here are my pawns. I can draw these. I don't know how many pieces there are. Here's like a castle. That can't be right. Here's another castle. Here's whatever. So pawns can move, that's a bad color, in one direction. They can move up one. They can slide one. Castles can slide all the way to the front and back, or they can slide all the way left and right. So they're sliding as they're moving. Nothing about the castle is changing, just its placement. So these are translations, when things are sliding on a plane. So if I take something and I slide it somewhere else, that is a translation. Now, when we talk about translations, let's say I have, on my graph here, I have this shape that's going to go here and here and here, 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 here. Let's say this is the shape I have for my translation. And this is my pre-image. Well, it was a lot of work to write that out. I've lost my pen, so I need to find that. But currently, this is my pre-image. Now, if I were to make a new shape and it looked like this, and this was, oh, that's not right. And this is my new shape. This would be my image. So my pre-image and my image. And now the way that I know is I match all of my corners up. So if this was corner, we'll say on my pre-image this was KENDR, corner A. On my image, I would have the same things, KENDR, but after each point, there's this little dash here. That's called prime notation. So prime notation is when I have this little dash here. A way we would say that is we would say that prime notation is adding an apostrophe to each point to identify that they are the image. So I know without even having to have the words up here, pre-image and image, I know that red is my image because it has these little apostrophes here. Because it has that little apostrophe, I know it's the image. Since my purple one doesn't have apostrophes, I know that's the pre-image. Image, pre-image. So prime notation is having that little apostrophe, and that is for the image. Now, the last word to know up here is called, the mapping notation. And the mapping notation, why is this not, is this going to mess me up here? Oh, man. Sorry, gang. I am not doing well. Let's see, can I get, okay. Mapping notation. This is how to describe the movement of a translation. And the way that looks is we say this is x, y. How can I do this? 2. Oh, look at that. That worked out well. X plus a, y plus a. A is the amount of movement I had. Movement that happened. So A is how much things moved. So in order to figure out my mapping notation, what I want to do is I want to look at my image and pre-image and say, okay, looking at my image and pre-image, how did I get from one to the other? How did I get from K to K prime, which is what we call this, K prime? How did I get to this? And so the way I can do it is I can say, okay, well, from K down to my other K, X-wise from my X value, so this started at, so K is the point 2, 6. K prime is the point -4, 4. So I want to figure out, to get from these two, how do I get from my X to my other X? How can I get from 2 to -4? Well, I would do X minus 6. X minus 6 is how I get from my first X to my second X. I go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I went back 6. That's X minus 6. And then I also know that to get from my original to my new 6 to 4, I'm going to do Y minus 2. So this would be considered my mapping notation. From one X to the other, I'm going to do minus 6. From one Y to the other, I'm going to minus 2. So from E to E, I'm going to, or let's go from N to N. From N to N, I'm going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then down 1, 2. So I went back 6, down 2. Anytime I'm going from one point to another, that's the way I want to figure out my mapping notation. Now, if you look here, all of my angles are the same. All of my angles are the same. All of my side lengths are the same. From E to N, it's 2. From E to N, it's 2. From A to R and A to R, it's 1. From K to A, it's 3. So all of my side lengths are exactly the same. When I translate something, my sides do not change. When I translate something, my angles do not change. So when I'm doing this, I want to keep all those things the same. Okay, a lot of information to be had here. Let's put a little bit of this into some practice and see where we are at. So let me get this nice little graph right here. Let me graph you a shape. We'll go with an orange. We'll say I have a point here, a point here, and a point here. Okay, we'll say this is my triangle that I've created. Okay, there's my triangle I've created. Now, that's my pre-image, and my image is going to go what's happening here? Oh man, unclicked. Here to here to here. And this is my image. Whoops, that's not right. Should go to here. That is my image from here to here, here to here, and here to here. This is A, B, C. This is A prime, B prime, C prime. What is my mapping notation? How am I getting from one x to another and one y from another? Well, let's look from A to B. From x, we're going to go over 1, 2, 3, plus 3, and we're going to go up 1, y plus 1. This would be my mapping notation, x plus 3, y plus 1. And then on these two shapes, are my lengths the same? They are. Are my angles the same? They are. We're not getting into rotating yet. We're not getting into any of that. Currently, we are just going here. And for this, I will say, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.